coming out to do this smaller part.
This spectacular green field at the heart of the arid Kajiado County welcomes you to a 10-acre farm belonging to veteran broadcaster Fred Machoka.
Yeah, for me, rain is not the best thing I yearn for.
He is a man who wears many caps, and his success in the media seems to match his prowess in farming. From the food crop in his farm to the different types of animals reared here, it's all a testimony to the hard labor that Machoka has put in this farm.
I bought this land in 1993, okay, and for like 15 years, I really didn't make much. But in the last 2 years, I'm starting to see some returns.
He could be finally enjoying the fruits of his hard labor, but concurs that this is not a practice for the faint-hearted. Machoka had to invest about 1 million shillings to dig a borehole and a further 700,000 shillings to lay out the drip irrigation system in his farm.
You cannot afford to spill water where there is scarcity of water. So water must go to the intended place.
But does this mean that small-scale farming should be confined to those who have deep pockets?
Start small. If you must till land which is like 10 feet by 10 feet, start there. See that you're getting good returns from that 10 feet by 10 feet, move it to 15, 20, and then establish a certain pattern for your of a market for yourself.
Proper land use should also be put into consideration, and for Machoka, he has planted over 2,000 trees on the periphery of his farm. Now, time and again there occurs some form of glut in the agricultural sector, which often leads to farmers suffering huge losses. So how exactly does this farmer cushion himself against such losses?
We try to time so that when there is drought, that's when you are planting, because other people who depend on nature cannot plant without rain. So that by the time the crop is maturing, at least there isn't a glut in the market.
Like many other farmers, marketing of the produce seems to be a challenge for Machoka, who only has a handful of dedicated customers who buy the produce at a good price. And in order to caution the farmers from exploitation by brokers, he proposes that the government should reintroduce guaranteed minimum returns for the farm produce, or further still set the maximum profit margin that the sellers should get. This is indeed a testimony that we as Kenyans do not have to keep on sticking a begging bowl to donors. All we need to do is to play our part in either big or small way to ensure that this country becomes food sufficient. Franklin Macharia, Citizen TV in Kajiado County.